Hey everybody, I just started a timer and it's timer set for 8 minutes, and that is going to be my time limit for 8 minutes in the studio with mrGoetz. So what's going to be happening is I'm going to try to do a series of different videos of stuff that we have around here at Manor Senior High School and how to use said stuff. If I were to start from right to left over here, there's some things you probably recognize already, and then there's maybe some things that you don't recognize. What we have over here is a iMac. So this iMac has a headphone out on it, and then it also has it has a USB input. So what we can do with this is we can use Garageband right now. We can use Adobe Premiere right now. We're getting Logic X installed on it soon because that's going to be one of the programs that is recognized by the Texas Education Agency as a program to certify students in use of for professional purposes. So this is an iMac, and there's a USB cable that is currently run over to the mixer. So when we look at this, the USB cable is kind of the little bit of an older one, which I believe is called a Type A. So you may recognize this as being something that would typically be on a computer printer. But at any rate, this is a standard USB, universal serial bus connection that goes from the digital output on this mixer here. So the digital output that goes from here over to there to use these microphones or microphones in the studio as an input into Garageband. So it's only 2 tracks of audio right now, but looking at getting a 6-channel USB audio device to bring in 6 full channels of audio into Logic. You see some speakers here. So these speakers are near-field monitors. The thing about the near-field monitors is they're meant for critical studio listening. The goal with these speakers is not to see how loud they are. These are not loudspeakers. And I was a teenager once, and the first thing that I did when I got in my dad's 1990 Nissan Access van is turn the radio up as loud to see how loud it can go. You will damage these speakers if you crank them up too loud. Please do not do that. Another piece that's sitting right here is a headphone distribution amplifier. The cool thing about this headphone distribution amplifier is it's stereo in, so left and right in on the back, which we can do a tip ring sleeve 1/4 inch, or we can do a stereo RCA. So what you will see, and you think I would have disconnected this before I started, right? So what you'll see on the headphone distribution amplifier is this is a way to have 4 people listening to the same thing at the same time. So it takes 120 volts here, it's a wall wart, and this is stereo RCA, and then this is stereo tip ring sleeve 1/4 inch. Stereo RCA looks like this, and then this is going to be your aux cable right here. So the way you use this is you hook up the stereo RCA to the back, and then you take this headphone jack out of the iMac sitting behind me, and you're able to have individual volume controls. So the thing you use this for, so say you have somebody who is rapping with, of course, clean lyrics, because if there's no cussin, mrGoetz isn't fussin'.
Hey yo, Osby, rip it up.
So you're recording into the microphone, and then you can hear the beat on your headphones, right? Some other stuff that we have here. It says do not touch. Please do not touch this speaker. You can touch this one right here, but just don't touch that one. This is a laptop running Linux Umbuntu Studio. So this is a way that we can play different MP3 files back and things that we want to input into the board. So how do we get things into the board? The most typical question is, I want to connect my phone to the audio mixer. It is possible if you have analog outputs. So analog output being if you have a headphone jack. Headphone jack is analog, not digital. But some of the different headphones now with Bluetooth or whether it's a lightning cable are they're digital, so they can't be used on a traditional analog board. So what we do with this is this can be connected to the Ubuntu, the white laptop right there, or this could be connected to a phone that has a proper output, and then you use mono 1/4 inch. This is mono 1/4 inch, so this is only tip sleeve as opposed to tip ring sleeve. So this is going to be a left and a right 2 monos make a stereo, left and right. It's going to come out of this computer right here, and then it's going to go into one of the inputs on the board here. So some of the other equipment that we have in here is this rack over here, and what's in the rack from the bottom up, CD player. So this is a CD player that plays traditional CDs that you may have right here, right? So 44.1 sample rate, 16-bit Redbook audio, wonderful CD player. This right here is a rack mount video recorder. So this is the KiProRack that records to hard drives. So it records 2 tracks of audio, and then it also records 1 track of video. And then the way you use this is you connect a USB 3.0 to it, and then you're able to copy over to the iMac. So this is what connects to this guy, to the KiPro. This connects to the KiPro, then this is how you connect it to one of the iMacs to copy everything over. So this is the KiPro, and then you know the KiPro is getting audio from the mixer when you see a level moving over here. So there's a level that moves, you can also hook up headphones to it. You know it's getting video when the video is looped through to one of these monitors up here. So these are HDSDI locking connector monitors. This unit right here is going to be 4 channels of wireless audio. So we have 4 wireless backpacks that we, or backpacks, 4 wireless belt packs that we use. Those are going to connect to the belt or inside a jacket, and then they're going to go to this unit right here, 4 channels in. So somebody's got a microphone, it's wireless to here, it's from here into 1 through 4 on the board, then we come out of the board to the distribution amp. So this is a 1 in, 4 out Rolls RA163 distribution amp. So it has 1 input, which is a stereo input from the board, and then it's got 3 outputs. Right now the outputs, output number 1 is powering these monitors right here. Output number 2 is going to just a recorder, which is going to be the KiPro recorder right here, and then output 3 is just hanging out back here because we're waiting on getting another XLR audio recorder. It could be run over to a subwoofer that's in the corner. Subwoofer's by permission only. I brought it from home. I didn't have space for it at home, so it's here. So it's not a loudspeaker, it's a home theater speaker. So a home theater speaker is a little bit in between like a near field monitor and a loudspeaker. So the one thing that could go wrong in here is you turn this guy on, it's going to the board, and then you bring up these monitors right here. You'll get feedback immediately, and it's really bad for the monitors. So you keep 1 down over here, and then you'll be good. What I'm going to talk about in the next video is some of the other stuff that we have around here, because I've only got about 20 seconds. So take a look at this, and when we really look at what kind of project you want to do, I can help with the functionality of getting the equipment connected together, and there really are a lot of different types of configurations that we can do. So this has been 8 minutes in the studio with mrGoetz.